everybody has different roles in their community. So how do you use your role to make that change for healing? You're a researcher, you're this, you're that, you're, whatever, lawyer, you're whatever, and everybody can be a healer. All my court hearings were in Tiwa because I was trying to bring tribal court back to our court, not Albuquerque Metro Court. So even if we have Indian attorneys that come and be judges, they want to practice Western law, right? And they're not doing the traditional cultural mediation. So I'm looking at court systems and the judicial system in Indian country, and different tribes at different levels. And I think a lot of tribes are getting into peacemaking, which is a traditional form of resolving problems, right? You either had your uncle, auntie, grandma, whoever was the head of your household, gather everybody and sit down and work it out. We live in this drug corridor, right? I-25. And we're not isolated. We do have young families that are being blown apart because they're doing meth, or they're doing heroin. I mean, what? In Indian country? In the Pueblos? That's no, that's unacceptable. And so how do we heal? And that was my issue with the court as a chief judge. You know what? I'm not throwing you in jail. You know what you're going to do? We're going to do a family thing every day. We're going to have dinner with your family, and you guys are going to cook, and we're going to do it here. Because you guys are going to learn how to be a family. You can have kids. Those are the kinds of things that we're doing at Isleta to try to deal with health, right? Because we do have a drug issue. That's judicial. That's how you do justice. You mess up somebody, you go over there, you're chopping wood for a month. Restorative justice. Those are the ways we used to do things a long time ago. And to me, that's all healing. That's all healing in terms of trying to remember and bring back who we are and how we practiced our love for each other is really what it boils down to. And I tell people in court, especially young people, you're worthy. We love you. We need you here. You're important to us in our community. And if you keep doing this, then it's going to just bring sorrow to all of us because what you do makes us all hurt. And they're going, whoa, nobody ever told me that I counted. Nobody ever told me I mattered. Nobody ever told me that they love me, right? And if the judge is telling you that, it's impactful, and to me, that's really important when you personalize. And that's how I was using healing in tribal court. I think this is a good way to begin this discussion that will lead to our people using culture, if that's what they desire, to use our culture as a way of healing in combination with, say, modern medical, means of healing.